Hi, welcome to my shop. The UPS man should be dropping off my new Grizzly G0715P today. I got a call from them that they're going to be here between 12 and 6 and it's 4:30, so time's running out. They should be here any minute. I'm by no means an expert at assembling tables. This is going to be the first one I've really assembled. But I'm just documenting it so that other people can learn from my mistakes and procedures. If you'd like to see how I build it, please stick around. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. So the UPS man just came and delivered my new toy. Let's put this thing together. Okay, top pops off. Okay, these sides just seem to fall off and down. Got no shortage of shrink wrap on here. Box of parts of some sort. It's the riving knife assembly. This is the back door or side door, I guess. Ooh. Yeah, I know what those are. Those got to be the cast iron tops. This is the power cord. It's attached. I guess that's not going anywhere. I'm assuming that's a saw blade. This looks like the handles for the wheels and the manual. Miter slot. Yeah. So alright, nice big numbers so you can read them. Dado stack insert, some handles, Allen wrenches. This is a wrench. I'm assuming that's to change the blade. A knob. And a push stick. This box has the riving knife and the blade guard. This got protective coating on it, so I don't want to take this off until I got it on the ground. I ordered the mobile base for this unit. Unfortunately, the saw came on a Friday night and the mobile base is due here Monday, so I'm going to do all the stuff I can to get it out and set up, and then Monday when the mobile base comes, I'll just drop this into the mobile base. One of the things I read online is to mark the pallet when it comes in case there's any defects or anything. You have to set it back. You know exactly how to put this back on the pallet to ship it back. So I'm just going to mark the edges so that way I can tell where it goes back. I'm really not happy right now. There's a little scuff mark here on the base. It's nothing that affects the saw or whatever, but it's just the looks and cosmetics. And the reason it's there is from poor packaging. They have the box that rides here from China to the US to my house, bouncing all the way along, and it just kept rubbing on here and wore the paint down, I think. Nothing, a couple cent of padding or something could have done to protect this. It was just a poor packing design for this part of it. Just show you up close what that looks like from rubbing. There's two screws that hold the table saw to the pallet. One in this corner and one in the back corner over there. They just come down out of the bottom. You start them up with a one of the supplied Allen wrenches, and then it just backs out really easy by hand. So until my mobile base comes in, the right one, I got one of these Harbor Freight specials to roll it around with, just get it out of the way through the weekend. Still gonna go through and build it and assemble it. And then when the mobile base comes in, I'll just hoist it back up, throw the base underneath it, and be done. So we're good to go. On to the next step. Okay, they got a mounting bracket here that holds the motor up during shipment. That has to be removed. Alright, the next step is to install this door. And then this bolt's in there, but I'm going to do that a little later. So one of the complaints I heard online is the poor dust collection. And I don't have a dust collector yet, but I'm going to in the future. But you can see the gaps in the side of the base here. I'm going to take some duct tape and seal off those cracks now while it's nice and clean and pretty, and that way I got a good connection and adhesion. So there you can see it's all, the cracks are sealed off, so that should help improve flow. Next step is to clear off that grease on there. Next step is install the handles, they say. Just tighten them down with a 14mm wrench. Now remove the top here. I don't see much of that stuff that they were talking on here, but I'm still going to clean it anyhow. And take the insert out. They say that you can clean it with WD-40, it works the best. They said let it sit for 5 minutes, so we're going to do that. So the next part, we're going to be attaching the wings, and they say to check the sides for any bumps or anything that needs to be sanded down. My mother-in-law was into collecting glass, and she'd go to these estate sales and stuff. And the one thing that she taught me is you don't look for defects on glass by looking at it with your eyes. You feel with your hands, because your hands will feel any of the defects along the way. So just run your hands along the side here and see if I feel any kind of bumps that need to be sanded down. And I think I'm in good shape. I don't feel anything that really rises. Now you do this to the table and you do it to the wings as well. The rail kit comes with 3 bags of screws. I like put them in these little plastic containers so they don't roll all over and I can keep track of them. These are the railings. They're 2 different sizes. The tall one goes in the front and the shorter one goes in the back. This is the other rail that rides the miter gauge. So to give me a wider ripping capacity, I'm moving the bolts over and moving the rail down 1 set of holes. So I should get 36 inches or 30 plus inches of ripping capacity to the right hand side of the saw by doing this simple change to the saw. For the back rail, this comes out and over on top where the front comes underneath the 90 degrees. This bolt here will test the patience of a sink trying to get the nut onto the screw. Okay, the next thing is the front rail. Next thing we gotta do is install the fence on there. Oh my goodness, I've never had a fence be able to slide like that. Oh, this is gonna be some fun sawing right there. That locks right down. Oh, this is going to be nice. I can't wait to get cutting on this thing. Okay, next is to install the blade. So we're going to take this back to 90. Oh, is that nice? That's been so good. Okay. And raise this up a bit. There we go. And we take the nut off. Washer. I don't feel any bumps on that. Take a rag and there's some oil or something on it. Just want to try to clean that up a bit. Alright, let's see the blade they give you with this. Probably nothing fancy, but say 10 by 40. And let's see. Take off the blade guard. back on. Screw the nut back down. Okay. Give you a wrench and this little button right here you push down to tighten it up, I guess. There it goes, it just clicked in. It's nice to have that button. I always had to use channel locks or a piece of wood to keep the blade. That's kind of cool. So the next step here is you can see the gap is getting smaller and smaller, so I got to even this out some way and try that out. So the measurement or the adjuster is back here, and you just raise it up until they're about even. Okay, so I got the fence lined up and it's 1/16 of an inch off the table, and it's lined up perfectly with the blade now, so now we install the tape. Okay, next step is the power switch. Bolt goes up through the bottom into the self-tapping holes. Maybe. Well, it was cool. It's a lot quieter than my older saw, and it cut through like butter, so I'm looking forward to it. Still have to put the mobile base on it, and I've got the gauges coming that allow me to fine tune the blade even more. But for what I do right now, I think this is pretty good. Okay, we got the mobile base today. I measured the table saw, and front to back is 21.5 and side to side is 19 3/4. So I made this template. So when I make the mobile base, I just lay it in here, and then I know that I have the right size. I'm leaving a little bit of a gap just to give it, to be able to slide it in just a little bit easier, but I think this will work fine. I've got this loosely fitted together with my template installed. I've got these bolts hand tightened down for now. I'm not sure why they give you such a long bolt. Looks like it could have gone a 1/2 inch or a 1/4 inch shorter, but that's what it is. I've got the swivel casters and going in the one side that's going to have the stops on it, and then the other fixed casters are going to go up front on this side. So now I'm just going to go around and tighten these down. Okay, all that's tightened down. Next thing is drop the feet in place. This must be the adjusters. So right now, got that to the front, it's zeroed out. Bring it around. And it's off an 1/8 inch. Or 8 thousandths. So what I found a way to adjust this is to just put a Allen wrench in the front of the blade to hold it in place. And you have the trunnion mount here and here. They say to loosen one up, half turn to a turn. And then put a screwdriver or drift in there and just tap a little bit, watching the gauge. If the fence was over this way or that way, you can adjust it using these 2 screws, and that would help you align this fence so it's perfectly straight. Thanks for coming along the journey of building the table saw with me. I'm really pleased with this table saw. There's only a couple minor things that stand out to me as issues. One is the ridiculously short power cord. 6 foot. I'm not sure how close people have power to their table saw, but I'm going to have to get an extension cord or build up something permanently for this. The only minor thing is the stop button or start button on here. You really have to push it to get it to go. It's a minor thing, but I guess that's erring on the side of caution. I really like the table saw. It's tuned in. Everything works. A lot of complaints on the internet as far as how it tracks up and down. I don't see that in my saw, so maybe they fixed it. If you found this useful, give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. And thanks for following.